Yo, people and patrons of the night. Say hello to your host, BD, and please make sure to take a seat, grab a drink, and enjoy the Horror Tavern, where we explore the limitless cavern that is the horror genre. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite kids' horror series of all time. This is one that as a kid, I watched this on a weekly basis. I was there when this thing was in action in its prime, and I used to be excited. During the summer, I actually used to get babysitted by my dad, and over there, I used to watch each episode that came out weekly. I became hyper obsessed with it, and ever since then, it's been one of my favorites watching it now. So, without... Yo, even the rain is excited. You hear the rain outside? It sounds like pellets hitting the ground. The rain is excited, y'all. The weather is excited because when you talk about haunting hour, nature naturally sets it up for the atmosphere. So, we're going to be talking about, of course, Haunting Hour, one of my favorite kids' horror TV shows. Out of the big three, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, Haunting Hour. This one's at the top. And this one is, I wouldn't say a hidden gem, but it's a gem in a certain regard. And that's because this is actually the first time that I've seen this episode. I've watched around 60%, 70% of the show or more, but there is a good portion of episodes that I've never seen. So this was a first-time watch for me. And this episode actually feels like Goosebumps. If you're a Goosebumps fan, a diehard fan of Goosebumps, you like the way that the old TV show was shot, you like the way that the stories were set up when you read the books, this is going to appeal to you, especially, if you're a fan of certain books that I'm going to bring up in a second, or at least the tropes and concepts behind them. This episode might rank very highly for you. And while it didn't rank absurdly high for me in terms of my favorite Haunting Hour episodes, I still think this one is above average, and in fact, it's pretty good. It's a fun time to be had. So the episode I'm going to be talking about today is Worry Dolls. Now, Worry Dolls, again, like I said, feels like a Goosebumps story. So let me talk about it a little bit without giving too many spoilers, and then we can go into why I think that it's actually pretty good and why I recommend it to Goosebumps fans. So the story is about a pair of siblings, a older sister and younger brother. The older sister's name is Jordana, I think, and the brother's name is Max. And these kids basically belong to parents who are very successful business people. They're always traveling, they're always on the go, and they enjoy kind of like a higher social class, a higher standard of living. But the problem is that their parents are never around, so they don't actually get to experience that family bonding moment. They don't actually have real parental figures in their life. They have to settle for a kind of like housekeeper / nanny who takes care of them pretty much all day and every single day until their parents come back from business trips. And when their parents do come back from business trips, again, they don't spend time with their kids. So when they meet them, there's not like a big hug, a big celebration. No, they just kind of give them material gifts and then keep it pushing. And then as soon as the kids get happy and they're like, you know what, we can spend time now, we can have some good fun, then the parents announce that they're going to be leaving again. So very negligent parents. Yeah, they take care of their kids, but they don't actually take care of them emotionally or give them that type of familial experience. And the kids start becoming quite envious. They start becoming quite upset. And what ends up happening is that the mother actually brings a gift for each kid, the mother and dad. The dad, I think, gives the little brother Max like some lizard jerky. It looked nasty as shit, y'all. It looked like straight snakeskin fried. Now, I don't know how you could eat that. That's gonna be okay going in, but going out the next day, that's rough, man. That's rough. That's gonna turn you inside out, literally, just like a snakeskin turns inside out. Your anus is gonna be going through the same thing. But that aside, Jordana ends up getting these little dolls. And these little dolls, I think they're from some European country. It's not clarified, but they're called Worry Dolls. And the reason why they're called Worry Dolls is because in the culture where they come from, you can basically express and tell these dolls about all of your worries in the world. And these dolls are said to be able to take care of them. They're small little dolls. They look real cute, look real innocent. Makes some parts of the episode a little bit creepier as it goes forward. But, Jordana doesn't think much about him. She just thinks this is kind of like a stupid gift. She cares more so about spending time with her mom and dad and her brother. And these material things don't really, make her happy or satisfy her. And she's a good student. She tries to be a prestigious student. They try to, hold, again, certain social standard. And as the episode continues, Jordana ends up becoming more and more frustrated. And eventually she does start telling these worry dolls about some of her worries unintentionally. and things start happening. Let's just say stuff like the nanny disappears one day after she gets sick of dealing with her. The parents all of a sudden quit their jobs and start spending time with the children because she thinks that her parents don't really love her and they don't spend enough time with her. But there's a little flair to it. It's a little bit excessive, right? People start going missing. The parents start becoming a little bit too obsessed, almost psychopath, sociopath, stalkerish with the kids. And that's when it starts getting bad because they realize that these dolls may or may not be more than meets the eye, and unintentionally Jordana may be jeopardizing her life in more ways than she can handle, and she may not know how to solve it, and that's something that she has to navigate. So that's kind of what the story is about. Be careful what you wish for kind of story, and that's the most I want to give away without getting too much into spoilers. But this reminded me a lot of a Goosebumps story, specifically two stories that I think would resonate with a lot of people if they've seen this episode. First one, if you've read Tales to Give You Goosebumps Book 1, there's a story in there called Broken Dolls. This episode gave me some feelings, some similar tropes, some similar vibes to Broken Dolls. And Broken Dolls is a good story. I think that's why this story is a little bit helped out by it. Broken Dolls is a good one from Tales to Give You Goosebumps, involving miniature dolls as well. I think they go to like some type of merchant place, get these dolls, and next thing you know, some strange things start happening and they have to figure it out. Here it's kind of like that. And the second story from Goosebumps that I think aligns with it, I kind of just spoiled a minute ago, is Be Careful What You Wish For. That sort of trope in Goosebumps, where with great power comes great responsibility. You may be gifted an object that can grant you wishes, that can grant you ideally what you want in the world, but there's going to be some repercussions that come with that. There's going to be some things that start going wrong in your life if you don't know how to control it, and it may spiral out of hand, whether you know it or not. Those are some things that go on in this episode. So again, if you happen to be a fan of Be Careful What You Wish For, I severely doubt that, because that is a bad book overall. But there's some saving grace. There's some good things in Be Careful What You Wish For, and I do like the concept of it. And if you like Broken Dolls, which I assume a lot of people like Broken Dolls because that's a well-regarded story and for good reason, I think you're going to enjoy this episode. If you're a huge diehard fan of Goosebumps, the similarities to Goosebumps in this episode are pretty clear. Not only in just those two concepts kind of giving off the same atmosphere, tropes, and vibes, but the way the kids are. Like in the episode, you got some funny comedic moments, you got some a little bit creepy moments, but nothing in this episode is particularly so dark or disturbing that you think it could not be Goosebumps. Now, that's not to say there's certain Goosebumps books out there that are not disturbing. You have books like Welcome to Dead House, I Live in Your Basement, Say Cheese and Die, Say Cheese and Die, Screaming, Werewolf Skin, I can go on. But a majority of books don't go too much over the line. This is kind of like that. There's nothing too particularly scary in this episode. Yes, it's creepy. Yes, it's eerie. Yes, it has comedy in it. It has some fun moments, some fun gimmicks, some nice little family bonding / family drama. And that makes for kind of like a Goosebumps story. You know, you have these two main leads. They're very much kind of like Goosebumps characters. They're very sort of bare bones. They meet the kind of age range and feel of Goosebumps characters. And again, the tropes in here, the story ideas are something that I could see RL Stine honestly doing. I could see him very well doing something like this. And what else? I mean, one other thing that I have to say about the episode that I think is a good thing in it is also the moral. The whole moral idea, where it emphasizes the idea that with social class, with money, with comfort, that doesn't guarantee you're going to be happy. Again, money doesn't bring happiness. It makes your life easier. It reduces problems, so that way you can find happiness, but it doesn't guarantee happiness. And like here, the kids they're well off. They go to a good school. They got a nanny. They got money. They got good food. They got all these things, but they don't have that emotional bond with their family. And that's something that they're, severely wanting. And you see it throughout the episode. You start to feel bad for them. Jordana, I think, is a pretty good main character. I mean, she's basic, but I think she does a good enough job. I like her, the actress that plays her. I like the way that, the character is portrayed. And I think she's a good main lead. So I like the moral of, money doesn't get you happiness. Social class doesn't get you happiness. You got to find it. You got to find that emotional thing in your life. And these kids start becoming more grateful towards the end of the story when everything is pit at the odds against them. So overall, this is a good episode. What would I give it? I would give it a 7.3 out of 10. So that means it's an above average episode, but I did give 0.3. I really would have given this episode like a 7 or something out of 10. Kind of average, on the better side of average. But because it has that Goosebumps flair, I don't usually do this, because the reason why I don't usually do this is I'm a big fan of Goosebumps. I love Goosebumps, no doubt about that. I make content on Goosebumps. But I'm not one of those guys who automatically thinks that just because something is like another series that I'm going to love it. Because sometimes some series have stinkers in there. Goosebumps has stinkers. So something being like Goosebumps is not automatically going to make me give it points. I'll have some reviews later on of stuff that I've watched that's kind of like that. But this one, it has the good parts of Goosebumps. It has the good side where it's charming, it's fun, it's got some good morals in there, it's got some likable characters, and it's just, again, like, it's an enjoyable time to watch it. And the things about it, like the broken doll similarity, the be careful what you wish for, you know, kind of idea mixed in there amongst the broken doll kind of thing. In this case, worry dolls, but I'm just trying to relate the two stories. Those are positive aspects of Goosebumps. So when I attribute it to this one, that's actually a benefit. So that's why I gave it 0.3. This is a pretty good episode, above average. But if you watch this one and you love it, you give it like a straight up good, really good, I can respect it. I can respect if you enjoy this episode more than me. I understand why you may, especially again, if you're a fan. And yeah, this was a fun watch. This is good. This is one of the things that I like about The Haunting Hour. The fact that it's diverse. The fact that you get a lot of variety in the episodes. Not all the episodes are the same. And they just do a good job at keeping it consistent quality for the most part. Keeping it memorable, which is one of the great things I like about Haunting Hour. Even the mid to bad episodes are memorable. And I have fun with that. Compared to like Are You Afraid of the Dark, where that one has bangers in it. And the bad ones are memorable. But the mid ones in Are You Afraid of the Dark, very much forgettable. And if you look into adult horror anthology, Tales from the Dark Side is like that. So this is good. Haunting Hour, you got another good one. I recommend you guys watch it. And once again, if you're a Goosebumps junkie like me, you're gonna like this one. You may love this one. Please go check it out. Please go give it a watch. It's a fun time to be had. That's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I have some more stuff coming up soon. But again, my finals are coming up, so I may not have too much time to upload, but I'm going to do the best that I can. The Q&A video, I'll probably try to record this weekend, maybe on Sunday. It's going to be a longer video, so I have to find time. But I think on Sunday I should be able to record it. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this Haunting Hour video, I have other Haunting Hour reviews down below in my channel, so go hit those up. I have other content as well, adult horror, kids horror, young adult horror. I have movies, I have episodes. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, you see the red. You see the red. Hit that subscribe button down below. We surpassed 250 subscribers. We're on our way to 300 subscribers. Please go get us to 300 subscribers. I love seeing the community build. I love seeing you guys subscribe. Because more importantly, it lets me know that this content is getting out to you guys. You guys can have someone that, you know, you can relate to and talk to with. And again, I kind of want to be like that friend that you're able to talk about something that you guys have watched too. So that's how I try to portray myself. So in the comments below, let me know your thoughts. Have you seen Worry Dolls? Do you like this episode? Do you love it? Did you not like it? Let me know down below. We can conversate down there. And hit that like button as well. Helps out the algorithm. And it's free, y'all. Capitalism. America. Hit that subscribe and like button, y'all. That's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And with the pouring rain out there and the great atmosphere to relax and read, I give a crescendo. Whoa! Lightning! Now that is cool. Now that is... I think that's another sign that God bless you. God is telling you to hit that subscribe and like button. Listen to the big OG, bro. That's all I got for today, y'all. Deuces.